friends, I'm back with another cleaning video today. This last week we had the flu and it really set back a lot of things. I feel like I'm still trying to catch up, like laundry, just cleaning the house. So today we have a clean with me. This place is a wreck, and so if you guys want to hang around, that'd be awesome. I need to clean the kitchen. I need to get some hamburger buns going. I've been really debating if I should make bread or buns, but we don't have any buns, and I thought that would be nice for hamburgers, so we can also use it as sandwiches. So let's get going, get the house cleaned up. I hope this video is motivating and encouraging to you that you're not the only one, maybe. If your house isn't perfect. Yeah? Anyways, why don't you come along with me as I clean the house with my little guys. You can hear them. So let's get going. First off, I was having a hard time deciding what to do first, but the bread won out because I knew I needed to get it going just so it could be sitting. It takes about 7 hours for it to ferment and just until it's ready to bake. And so that's why I was like, let's forget about the mess for the moment. Let's get the bread going and then we can tackle the mess. This is one of my favorite recipes for making hamburger buns. I can link it in the description. For the dough, I like to use a combination of mostly whole wheat, and then I typically use some einkorn and then a little bit of white flour, and that usually turns out pretty good. On a random note, I decided to make some sprouted buns, and my goodness, using sprouted grain is a whole nother playing field. I don't know if any of you guys have used it, let me know, but oh my word, it's something I'm gonna have to figure out because now I have sprouted flour I've got to use up. But yeah, it did not turn out very well. Sometimes it can be overwhelming knowing where to start, so I just decided to tackle one counter at a time and just put things away and throw any garbage out that was sitting around, seasoning my cast iron. Usually when I'm done cooking with it, I try to clean it out, but I guess I had some extra oil that I didn't need in there, so I just wiped it out so it wasn't dripping anymore. Part of cleaning up was refreshing my kefir grains. I just pulled the kefir grains out of the jar. They kind of clumped together, and then rinsed off my hand, and then I added some fresh milk to get the next batch going. Do any of you guys drink kefir? It's something that I still am trying to figure out how to drink it so that I enjoy it. Like, it has a very sour taste to it, and it almost reminds me of an Italian soda. The way it's sparkly, it's like a dairy drink that's kind of fizzy, but yeah, I'm just having a really hard time. Usually I add strawberries to it and some sweetener, but still, it has quite a sour taste. I know it's so good for you, which is why I drink it, but yeah, if you have any suggestions, let me know. counters are definitely a blessing, but they also can be a curse because they can collect a lot of things. Like I said earlier, we had been sick, and I was just doing the bare minimum because even our little girl was sick, you guys. She's 8 months and she was throwing up. It was horrible. Thankfully, though, it only lasted a day, and by that evening, the kids were acting much more like themselves. We didn't realize, I guess, you can't always avoid sickness, but if I had known that we were going to be around people that were sick, I would have given my kids, at least our oldest, done the strawberry, not the strawberry, I would have given him the grape juice and charcoal mix. I don't know if you've heard of that, but you can't always avoid sickness. So anyways, I'm just thankful it didn't last longer than it did. And then onto the dishes. As I cleaned the kitchen, I kind of just threw stuff into the sink, the dirty dishes, so I could completely clean the other areas. And while I was filming this, my husband was home on his lunch break, and he was playing with a bubble toy that we got for my little guy. Actually, my mother-in-law gave it to him, so we thought we should try it out. It worked pretty good. I try to stay on top of the dishes, but there are days where they definitely collect faster than others. I think this was just because obviously I hadn't been doing as much, so I was definitely going through all the dishes and using everything we had. But it definitely was a relief once it was all done. I'm always amazed at how it doesn't take that long. You just got to get in there and do it, and then once you're done, you'll feel so much better. It's just the nicest feeling. Sense of accomplishment. Anyways, then my little guy decided to join me. He likes to climb up and play with the water, so I'm gonna have to give him a sponge one of these days and show him how to clean, but for now he just likes to kind of dump and play with the water, fill up cups and dump it out, stuff like that. I actually left that dish of sourdough starter in the sink. It had been sitting out for a couple days, and I had been feeding the sourdough, but I hadn't put a cover on it, and so there was quite a thick layer of sourdough starter around the top, so I needed to let it sit, and I came back a couple times later during the day trying to scrub it off. It took a while, but it eventually came off. It's literally like cement, sourdough starter, as if you let it sit. Are you helping? Are you washing the dishes? For a while there, I had a jar of whole wheat flour just sitting out because I had lost the lid, or maybe I got the jar without the lid. I don't remember. It was probably an auction thing. Anyways, once I cleaned out this other glass jar, then I was able to transfer it and finally get it put away. It's just little things like this that were sitting out that needed to be taken care of. And yeah, what better time to do it than when I was cleaning up the whole kitchen. It gave me the motivation I needed to do that. The bread was still going so well. It was the dough was mixing, I went ahead and just went through the fruit. I actually found some that were bad in the bottom of the pile and got that counter cleaned up. We actually were just given a grain mill from some friends of ours, which was really nice. It grinds really, really well. We just had trouble with the funnel trying to find one that would work where the grain would fall into the lower container without being ground. So we went to Walmart and my husband found this oil filter. He found this funnel for oil. We chopped the end off. But I want to find something else that's maybe a bit shorter so it doesn't stand quite as tall. But for now it works. Anyways, then the dough was done and it was time to let it rest for like 6 hours. I had a bunch of tomatoes that I hadn't gotten to, and I could tell they were on the ripe side, and so I didn't want them to go to waste, so I just decided to go ahead and chop them up, and I ended up freezing them. Usually I would have gone through them by this point, but our meals and everything had just been kind of off and out of routine with the trip we took, coming back and then getting sick. Everything was just kind of off kilter, so they hadn't gotten used up. Maybe this video should be labeled like post-sickness cleanup or something like that, because some of this stuff was definitely from having been sick, but also some of it was just from starting the day, like cleaning up breakfast and things like that. Then onto the living room. There were crackers in the couch there were crumbs from crackers from crumbs from crackers, whatever. There was all kinds of stuff to be picked up. Blankets. I can't tell you how many times I washed the blankets that one day when we were sick. Okay, I had to stop the voiceover, and the next day I'm working on it again in a totally different setting, so if it sounds different, that's why. Anyways, there were just lots of little things to pick up and tidy. Jackets that had somehow been left out, toys, blankets, things like that. We spent a lot of time when the kids were sick in the living room on the couch. I'm so thankful for a leather couch because they threw up a lot, and it made cleanup so much easier when it was cleaning leather as opposed to cleaning it out of the carpet. But anyways, that's just a random fact. My little turkey wanted to help me vacuum, so I let him have a go at it. It definitely makes it take a lot longer, but he usually isn't interested for very long, so he'll help for like 2 minutes and then he'll get distracted by something, and then I can finish it up. Or sometimes if there's something on the floor, I can ask him to pick it up, and then that will be a big enough distraction that he'll grab it and then completely forget about vacuuming. It's kind of funny. Now, dusting is one of those things that I don't do very often. I guess it's maybe something I should do like once a week, but I don't, honestly. Things like cleaning the floor and just cleaning up the house, picking up things is a bigger priority, obviously, because that's gonna make life a little bit harder if you don't keep on top of those things. But I thought it was good just to give everything a once over with the duster. Now, laundry really built up while we were under the weather. When we were sick, I was washing a lot of blankets and rags and the kids' clothes. I almost constantly felt like I had laundry going, just trying to make sure they had clean PJs, clean comfy clothes to wear, because they kept getting them all dirty and stuff like that. Kept throwing up on blankets. So anyway, sorry, this video, I feel like all I'm talking about is just throwing up, but that's the reality of being sick, I guess. Anyway, so now it was time to catch up on all the regular laundry. There was a fair bit, but it thankfully didn't take too long. Sometimes when I'm folding laundry, I'll put on a YouTube video, something to listen to while I work, and it worked pretty good. It helped pass the time. The bathroom needed a little bit of a wipe down, so I just used some of my cleaner vinegar, orange peel vinegar cleaner, and use that to spritz everything down. Sometime I have contemplated painting this vanity. I've really thought about doing something to the wood, like either doing kind of a old-fashioned mossy green or something, or a white. I don't know. The bathroom is all white though, so I don't really think I want to paint it white, but I just feel like it needs something. You guys should let me know what you think. I'm not really into the super dark. I know some people would just paint it black or charcoal, but that's not really the look I'm going for, so let me know if you have any suggestions. We're gonna have some pretty big renovation things coming up, and so it's not like it's a huge priority. It's just something I've thought a lot about off and on, like we should really do something to that. But then it was time for the toilet, and my little guy likes to help. He loves scrubbing the toilet, so I was like, just wait, we're not ready yet. He kept trying to pull it out to scrub it. And then, of course, it's hard for him to leave it once we're done. It's so hard to leave the scrub brush, you know? You just want to play with it. It's so much fun. If you guys are interested in more pregnancy related content, do let me know. I've got an appointment coming up, and I don't know, I just find it really fun to talk about pregnancy related things. So if you're interested in a kind of a Q&A or whatever, that would be really fun too. Maybe I'll put a question box on Instagram or something, so you can follow me over there if you would have questions you'd want to submit anonymously or whatever. But that could be kind of fun. Well, that's it, my friends. Thank you guys for joining me today. I hope this video was motivating, and I'll see you guys next week with another video. Bye.